Hey, welcome back to Offbeat. So, Matteo, I hear that you have been out and about this week.
Oh, indeed. Lately I haven't been feeling too well. I've consulted doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, ambulance personnel, my mum, that camera lady over there. Like, I know you're hiding over there. I can see you. But nonetheless, there's one form of self-therapy that no one has really been able to suggest, and I've figured I should, give it a go.
Let's take a look. No, yeah, it was good. We saved it.
As an active RMIT student, whenever I look at the model students that are proudly representing the university and the posters all around us, with their eyes following us, I can't help but think about how unhappy their lives must be. I mean, take this man for example. You might be thinking he's just your ordinarily average Anglo-Saxon male, representing his university proudly and has never touched drugs in his life. Take a closer look. Like the Mona Lisa in the Louvre and the statue of David in the Italy, I'm Matteo, represent Building 70. Although this is the first time I've ever done a modelling gig before, it could open further doors to, I don't know, like advertising and marketing gigs. Although every cell in my body wants me to forget that I ever did this photo shoot because of purely how majorly depressed I was in that photo. I put comedy into almost everything I'm doing because I'm studying screenwriting, and almost all the work I have to present is in written work, so when you're forced to write reflections or you have to quickly beat out a script in a short span of time, comedy helps keep that spontaneous creative energy going, and it makes what I write entertaining at the very least. First of all, you how are ya? It's not much of a joke, but it's because this is a children's script. I thought it was what made me laugh. And it's especially good when your lecturer has to assess all the other scripts that are probably talking. I mean, like, what do you expect students to write? They're all going to write about hard drugs, suicide, breakups, and things like that. Standard, student stuff. But I find it helps kind of keep the reader's attention when you add comedy into it, because you want people to read your work. You don't want them to kind of just look at it and gloss over it. Unlike what I do. If you could drop the name of a famous Western Australian performer, but you couldn't say Rolf Harris, who would you say?
Heath Ledger.
No, someone alive.
So our first and second stand-up gig.
Now, I may or may not have lost the footage to these gigs on purpose, but what I can confidently say is that both of those gigs weren't that good. But to be fair, a comedy room full of shisha smoke and no alcohol is already a hard room enough in itself. I mean, that's why they said if you got the audience laughing, you knew you had yourself a good joke. I feel it's too easy to make jokes about politics. I mean, politics. Am I right? Or am I left?
Ah, what's this doing here?
I found that it's almost every comic's rite of passage to have their first sets be bad. And that's in comparison to the sets that they could be performing if they worked hard and stayed persistent at the game. I mean, I was getting laughs at my shisha bar gigs, but I was far too insecure to laugh about the faults of mine that are otherwise relatable worldwide. Which is why now's the best time for me to learn about how to do stand-up again. But rather than do it for a bit and tell everyone that I love doing it, then proceed to forget about it and move on to other things like hosting a TV show, it's got to be something that I put all my effort into. It's going to require scheduling in between uni work, more leaving the house for more experience and advice. But above all, I'll be testing its ability to act as a new form of therapy for me. But first things first, I need to make some comedy friends.